Hello everybody, welcome to the Sound Test Room. Today we are going to take a look at Audiobus 2. Okay, so this is going to be basically a guide for people who are new to the program and want to learn a little bit more about how it works, what it does. A lot of people now will know about Audiobus, and they'll have been fairly used to the original. If you don't know, then I've done another video called Getting Started, a beginner's guide to Audiobus 1, which covers many of the basic features, and the workflow is similar to that. Okay, so first of all, this is probably, if you want to make music on your iPad, or you're interested in making music on your iPad, this is the most essential app you're going to need. And although it doesn't produce music itself, it is pretty much indispensable if you want to make music on your iDevice. Okay, so quick look around. We have an input section, an effects section, and an output section. And then we have a little thing up here that says 256 frames. That is your buffer speed for your iPad, and just means that the faster your iPad, the lower the frames, the faster it's going to work, basically. But it doesn't really matter, and there's loads of tips and things that I'll go through as well for getting the best performance from Audiobus 2. Okay, so first of all, we can start here. Look, so first of all, we need an input or an output. Well, Audiobus 1, you would have to select from system audio output here. Okay, but now with Audiobus 2, as soon as you select an input, it will give you a speaker output. So for instance, if I open that there and I select, and these are all the apps that will generate noise, basically. If I select the Boom 808, which is a drum machine, you'll see that a little speaker icon has automatically appeared there for us. And these little Zs here are telling me that this app isn't launched yet, but it's available for me to use because it's sitting on the iPad. So if we launch it there, it will launch, and you will see that the color is changed slightly to reflect the colors of the app, which is a very nice feature, and it looks great. So if we swing around there and we just hit play, we can see now that this little bar here as well is our Audiobus control panel, which means we don't have to keep bouncing backwards and forwards between apps and stuff like this. So we can do it all from within the app. If we just hit this, it'll just swing back on over to Audiobus, and we can see that we have these little lines now are flashing, and it means our input is going through to our output. Okay, so let's just pop back on over there to Boom and switch it off. We'll say, okay, well, that's nice. Let's or I want some effects on that, maybe some reverb or chorus or a delay. Well, let's put a reverb on it because it sounds nice. This is where we use our effects slot here. So we just tap on our little plus, and this gives us all our available effects that we can use. So we're going to just use something nice and simple here to get a feel for it. So let's choose AUFX Space, which is very, very nice. And again, because I haven't pre-launched it on the iPad, it's little Z's there, so we just need to launch that. Oh, there we go. You've got a quick blast of audio through there. That was because AUFX will process live audio as well, but at the moment it's only going to process this. So what we need to do is select a sound that's going to sound sensible for this drum machine. But the cool thing is now, if we just tap on our little icon for our Boom, we can start it off from here. So select menu there. Let's load a preset. Oh no, sorry, right. Hold on a sec. Now, what I have done there is loaded AUFX peak. Now I don't want that, I want the reverb. So all we need to do, this is useful as well, so all we need to do is tap this little icon here and it will close that out. Now I would suggest that if you've got any apps running that you don't need running, just double tap there and you can get rid of it like that, and it will stop it running in the background and using CPU. So let's again try and choose the right one. So I want AUFX space, which is the reverb. Let's launch it. Now, let's go to space and let's start the drum machine off again. Now you will hear the reverb being applied to the drum machine. Well, that's all a bit much, isn't it? So let's just load a preset here. Very nice, damp room. Okay. So far so good. And let's go back to Audiobus and say, well, that's nice now. So I've got my drum pattern. I've got my effect for the drums. Now I want to record it into something. Okay, so we have many options here. So this is where our output section comes in here. So we can hit our little output there. And these are all the apps that will allow you to record audio into them. And they're not just, there are some effects apps that allow you to record audio, mastering apps. There's so many apps now. Audiobus now supports over 500 apps are now integrated with Audiobus. Over 500. So it's a good bet that if you've got some sort of music app on your iPad or your iPhone, that it's gonna probably support Audiobus, and that means you can use it inside the program. Well, first of all, we're gonna choose a classic type of DAW, like a recording software. So let's choose Cubasis here. Again, we need to launch it. Take a few seconds to load. Okay, so now what we got here, if you go to Cubasis and we have a look, we see that AUFX space is loaded into 2 slots there. Okay, so that's not a problem. And when we record anything in Audiobus, or into Cubasis, and we must make sure that our little red arm button is set to record. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go back over to the boom, and then we can open the little Cubasis icon down there, and what we're going to do is just reset that there so it starts from the beginning of the pattern, and we're gonna get a little 2-bar count in as well. And so on and so forth until we're finished recording. But, for the purposes of this video, we don't want to go on forever. So we can head on back over to Cubasis. Let's stop the transport and go back. Now you will see that we've got 2 stereo tracks recorded. We don't actually need that one, so we can delete it. Okay. Now, if we listen now, can we just play the transport in Cubasis? There you see we have our little drum pattern recorded. Okay, so let's nip back on over here now. Now that's great. So I'll say, well, that's really nice. I like that setting. Audiobus 1 didn't offer this new feature. Now this new feature is most excellent. It will allow you to save this configuration for later use. So for instance, well, I've had it now. I wanna go to bed and carry on with this tomorrow or the next day or something. If we add this little plus, if we go to the little folder icon here and we tap it, and then you can see that I've got a couple of things there which I'll get to in a sec. And this little folder icon here has a plus in it, and we go this and we go okay. Let's add this and let's save this new preset as boom Q. Boom, Q, and space, which is the 3 apps that we used. And then we just click save. And you will see that our new preset has appeared there. Okay. And that's done. So what we could do now, say for instance, let's get rid of this, this, and let's get rid of Cubasis and this, and let's get rid of this as well. Okay, so we're at a complete blank start now. Let's open Audiobus again, and we've got nothing there. So if we tap our little file there, and we'll go, oh, let's see, Boom Q Space, that's what I've been working on. Just hit that. Now, of course, we're going to have to launch them again. And there we go. And then we're back to our settings. Now, what this has also done, this will have remembered the actual settings of the app. So if we can remember that this was set on to, I think it was, there may be a little tick somewhere. Oh, it's bright room. Anyway, no, it remembers. So for instance, if I was to play this boom again, it's exactly the same as it was. What it does now is a lot of the apps now have integrated this new thing as well, where how you have it set up, it will remember that as well. It's called state saving, which makes it even better. Not all apps have the state saving, but all Audiobus will remember the apps that are used, but some of the apps now actually remember how they were set up as well. So if you created a great synth sound but haven't bothered to save it, next time you load something like say for instance a synthesizer called Sunriser, you've made lots of settings and stuff. When you open it back up, it will remember the state that app was when it was closed, which is absolutely fantastic. So if we go back into Cubasis here, we'll see we'll still have our track. And that's it. Now also, let's say for instance, okay, so well what I'd like to do now is add another instrument, but I don't want any effects, or I do, but maybe a different effect. So what can I do there now? So what we do is hit this little plus button here, and it will create a brand new lane. Okay, now in this lane you can set up anything you like, but if I go and place Cubasis in that lane as well, and in our input lane we put something like what is it, Cassini, which is there somewhere. There we go. And I can open this, and there's Cassini. Okay, go back to Cubasis and see what's happened there. You will see the Cassini has been added on a separate track. Now what that means is if I wanted to, I could record, if I hadn't recorded anything there and it was gone, I could record the drums and Cassini on two separate tracks. Okay, but for the purposes of this, we'll just go back to where are we going to go back to? Let's go back to Cassini. Now, like everything else here, you will see that there is a little control bar for Audiobus, which makes life super easy for us because, you know, we don't need to keep bouncing backwards and forwards to apps. So if we just make sure that Cubasis is back at the beginning by tapping the little return, and then we'll get our little counting again. And we go back to Cubasis to see what's happened. Stop the transport bar. You'll see now that we've got our Cassini track recorded. Now we can unarm that. Right, so we'll go back to Audiobus there, and we think, well, that's great. Now what we're going to do is I want to save this. So we hit our little menu thing again, and you see this first one here. All we need to do is hit that, and it will tell us that it's saved. It's overwritten our original thing. Now, recalling presets is easy as well. So we just need to hit on this sector and caramel. So we'll just tap that, and it loads this. Now this is, again, we need to load and launch both the apps if there's little sleepy things on them. Now at this point we're going to be thinking, well, there's a lot of stuff going on in the background, and I finished with some stuff. So if we close what we don't need, which would be Cubasis, Cassini, and the AUFX and the Boom, we're just going to be left with our three apps open. That is Audiobus 2, Sector, and Caramel. Okay. So we can go back there. So that's going to be less strain on the processor in the iPad. Okay, so now all we need to do is switch Sector on to see what's going on there. So there you go. If we go back over to Audiobus now, we could make adjustments to that, obviously, but I'm just going to take you through a few of the settings. So if we go into settings here, we have our latency control, which I explained earlier. We can go as low as 128 frames. So if you've got an iPad Air, you could probably run it with that. And various other settings. Load preset app state, we've got that switched on. Use measurement mode, that's a bit more advanced. It's not important for what you need to do. You've got feedback warnings on, and input gain is up all the way, so that's fine. This little button there just takes you to the Audiobus instruction manual, where you can learn even more about it. And don't forget, you can visit the Audiobus forum, which is probably the best forum there is for iOS music, not just Audiobus, that covers everything. And also visit thesoundtestroom.com, which is our website for lots of videos and stuff. And if you like this video, subscribe or like it. It helps us out, So guys, there's a very basic look at Audiobus and the different things that you can do now. Something else you can do also as well is you can add. You see this little add button here? You can add more effects to change, so you're not just stuck with the reverb. So I want the reverb and I want a flange as well, and I quite like that effect. I quite like that other effect as well, that echo pad effect. I like that as well. So you've got 3 effects now. So you're sending audio through the 3 effects into your output. But that doesn't stop there as well, because you could then go, well, I want more sounds and stuff on that one particular input. So I said, well, I want a boom drum machine there as well. So you can see how you can build this up, and you're not just limited as well. We can add another lane, we can add another lane, we can add another lane, and of course, depending on the power of your device, it's going to start to freak out. The point is that you're pretty much unlimited now of what you can do with Audiobus 2. So from the very simple to the very complex, but it's still a very, very easy program to use, and it's probably the number one essential app that you're going to need if you're interested in making music on your iPad. Alright guys, hope you found this useful and informative, and I'll see you later.